Good morning, guys. So, welcome to my channel Medico Study Point. Guys, in this lecture, we will be discussing about Koch's postulate. So, guys, if you are new on my channel, then please do like, share, and subscribe the channel, and please press the bell icon so that you will get notifications of my further videos. So, we will start the video today. The Koch postulates, these are given by a German general practitioner named as Robert Koch. So guys, first of all, we'll discuss about the contributions of Robert Koch, and these are as follows. Number one, he introduced solid media named agar, that is frequently we use the agar media for culture of microorganisms and microbiology. Second, he discovered hanging drop method. Hanging drop method is used for testing motility of bacteria or microorganisms. Number third, he has given Koch's phenomena. Number fourth, he has given Koch postulates. And number fifth, he has discovered bacteria like anthrax bacilli, tubercle bacilli, and cholera bacilli. So guys, in today's lecture, we will be discussing about Koch's postulate. Now we'll start the Koch postulates. So Robert Koch had postulated that if a microorganism can be accepted as the causative agent of an infection disease only if four criteria are fulfilled. So that means Koch postulate tells us that whether this microorganism is accepted as the causative agent for any disease or not. So basically we will be giving the criteria. These are some 4 or 5 points of the criteria according to which we will classify any microorganism that it is responsible for that disease or not. So the postulates are as follows. First postulate, that is number one, the microorganisms should be constantly associated with the lesion of disease. That means if the person is suffering from any disease and he is having the lesion, then the microorganisms should be constantly associated. Means if we are seeing that lesion and we have culture for the microorganism from that lesion, then that microorganism should be permanently associated with that lesion. Number second is it should be possible to isolate the microorganism in pure culture from the lesion of disease. That means if we have cultured from the lesion, then that microorganism should be isolated. That means if that microorganism associated with the lesion of that disease, then it must be possible to isolate that organism. Number third is the same disease must be resulted when the isolated microorganism is inoculated into a suitable laboratory animal. For example, if we are testing on a laboratory animal and we have inoculated that microorganism in that animal, then the same disease must be produced. If the same disease is produced, then only we can say that this microorganism is responsible for the particular disease. So it is number point 3. Number 4, it should be possible to re-isolate the organism in pure culture from the lesions produced in the experimental animals. So in the third point, we have learned that the microorganism should be isolated from laboratory animal. Now in fourth point, if we are isolating that organism from that laboratory animal, then it must be possible to re-isolate that organism from that pure culture. It is point number 4. Now an additional fifth criteria was also introduced afterwards. That fifth criteria says that antibody to the causative organism should be demonstrable in the patient's serum. For example, it means that if we are testing the patient's serum, then the antibody to that causative organism must be identified in that serum. So guys, these are the 5 postulates which are given under Koch postulates. 4 were given by the Koch, Robert Koch, and 5th was introduced later. So guys, there are some organisms which are exception to these Koch postulates, and it is frequently asked in exams that what are the exception to Koch postulates. So that organisms are Mycobacterium leprae and Treponema pallidum, and number second is Neisseria gonorrhea. So guys, this is the full video lecture about Koch postulates. So we have discussed everything about Koch postulates. We have discussed which scientist has given this, what are the contributions, other contributions which Robert Koch has given. Then we have discussed about all the 4 postulates which Koch has given. Then we have also discussed about the additional which was given, introduced later. And then we have also discussed about exception of Koch postulates. So guys, I will be giving will be giving the link in my description box of my other videos which are also uploaded on my channel. So you can go there and can check the other videos also. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching the video, and please do like, share and subscribe my channel if you are new on my channel. Thank you guys. Thank you.